In a distant future, humanity had been forced to move underwater. Global warming and relentless warfare had ravaged the Earth's surface, making it uninhabitable. Massive marine domes were created, cities of metal and glass, their luminescent glow mirrored in the dark, undulating ocean. There existed an unbridgeable chasm between the elite and the populace. The righteous pariah, Clara, an engineer of the lower dome, plotted to upset this grotesque status quo. Over the years, she had joined forces with outspoken intellectuals, brave soldiers, and regular citizens, all displeased by the domineering elites. Their group, called the Revival, was ready for their great undertaking, Operation Tsunami. The central control of every dome was the core unit, maintaining life support systems, infrastructure, and defenses. The Revival had toed an audacious plan to seize control of the core unit of their city. Clara knew the blueprint of every dome like the back of her hand. After all, it was people like her who had shed blood and sweat to raise those colossal structures. Clara's strategic position as an engineer provided the Revival with the specifics of the core unit's inner workings. Under the cover of routine maintenance, she surreptitiously planted a series of electromagnetic jammers around key core unit sensor sites, designed to disrupt its defensive systems momentarily. Simultaneously, the Revival's influential members began to stir dissent among the populace against the elites, using coded broadcasts to mobilize the masses in a carefully orchestrated uprising. The plan was to stage massive protests outside the elbow room of the elites, distracting the dome's security while the Revival seized the core unit. The day of reckoning dawned. Clara, with several members of the Revival, plunged into the core unit's depths, their hearts beating in rhythm with the ocean's tide. Above them, in the glowing city, thousands of citizens rallied against their oppressors. The moment came. Clara activated the jammers. Underwater drones, stationed for this very moment, sprang to action. They moved with precision and haste, manipulating the core unit control system, initiating the protocol that would transfer command to the Revival. Meanwhile, the dome's security was on the brink of a complete breakdown, torn between the mass uprising and the unnoticed assault on the core unit. In the nerve center of the underwater dome, a single message blinked on the main screen: Liberty. The core unit was under the Revival's command. Immediate broadcasts announced the successful seizure of the city's heart, the core, leaving the security forces and the oblivious elites in a state of stupor. Clara emerged from the innards of the core unit, gazing at her underwater city. She saw the once fearful eyes of her fellow citizens glowing, mirroring the city's lights, full of hope and courage. The underwater dystopia was finally theirs, marking the dawn of a new era, an era of egalitarianism. The days of the unnoticed were over, their sobs and silent screams replaced with laughter and victorious battle cries. The Revival had brought more than just a coup. They had sparked a wave of revolution in other underwater cities. They were the flash of silver in deep waters, a beacon of uprising and change in the world down below.